Morning.
Yeah, morning. Yeah, yeah. So I'll let him know. We're rescheduled for the Tuesday the 22nd because I'm schedule is kind of tight. So that's him of that. Yeah, morning. Yeah, yeah. So I'll let him know. We're rescheduled for the Tuesday the 22nd because I'm saying. So are you getting that feedback or that the link? So that's him of that. Yeah, morning. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll let them know. Reschedule for Tuesday the 22nd. So when you get to that feedback or that the link, yeah, morning, yeah.
Still here, Courtney. Still here. Hello?
Yeah.
I just want to see if, just coming back a while ago, I don't know. It's not coming back now. Are you getting feedback now?
No, I'm not hearing no feedback. No.
Okay. All right. So we are back. We are live, we are live. So we just tell our listeners, we apologize for the technical glitch that we had this morning. And our guest, his schedule is so tight that he could not stay with us. But we have, rescheduled him for the 22nd, Tuesday, the 22nd of February. So Dr. Cunningham will be back with us. So Courtney, we can do a little time, and see, if we can sort out this thing properly. So what's new with you? What is on the hot topics?
Well, hot topics is just usually, on my part, the weather. Yeah, it's cold, still cold, and although the forecast is just like 39 degrees and sunny. So
What? You have to wait until May before you can get any different weather,
Yeah.
That's my experience with the cold places. May, if you're lucky. But saying that we are very, very cold down here. Extremely cold. In Jamaican terms, not in your terms.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very cold. So very cold time. I guess everything is being passed down to us.
Yeah.
And telling our listeners that tomorrow.
Come here, rude boy. Can you get it up? Come here, rude boy. Is your big?
Sorry.
That's coming from your side?
Yeah. No, my hand just touched my phone and.
Okay. No, it's all right. No, I just want to know, say, it's not another thing happening, Yes, our listeners, that tomorrow we'll have Queen Angela.
Yes, Queen Angela out of Zimbabwe.
Yeah, what she'll be talking about? Mental health?
More or less, she'll be speaking a little about mental health and what's happening in Zimbabwe.
Okay, wonderful. And on Friday, we'll be having our first one-spot running poetry.
Right. Sorry. Oh, this.
It's a morning for these things to happen.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But the system is running clearly now, running good now. Okay. I don't know what had caused it. Yeah. Yeah, on Friday we'll be having our first for the year, for this new season of our one-shot running poetry. So
yes, definitely.
Everybody come and listen. This is a this is a platform for poets, and it is a non-stop poetry. Is no discussion or anything. Poets, just a number of poets will be coming. Any ideas of the numbers, Courtney?
Well, so far, 5 people, who acknowledge that they will be on.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's out to many, and I know that we'll get others as the time goes by. By tomorrow, I'll be sure about the amount.
Yeah, because we have had up to 20, 25, 30 poets on this program, the one shot running poetry. And what happens is that every poet reads one poem. And then the next person reads the next. I will keep on going along until all poets have read at least one. And if we can get 2 rounds, we go for that. So it's different poets, different type of poetry, But we have some guidelines. So Courtney, could tell our listeners about the guidelines.
Okay, we have some guidelines that we're going to be using in this format, and basically what it is that it is a system that we set up that we can get more poetry during the time we are on. So one of the policies that we have instituted, that definitely the host is in charge of the program, and we won't entertain like sideshows or sidebars. That's one thing. Secondly, we want the poems to be 90 seconds or less. That is a 1.5 minute. So we had asked the poets to check, video check their poems to see that it doesn't exceed that, so we can allow for enough poems to be read. So those are the 2 main things that we have looked at. And the next thing, we want the poets appearing in the segment to also prepare themselves with at least 3 poems. And in that format too, we'll also have like special topics. And one of the, because like people tend to, divert from even the topic that they are speaking on or reciting on in their poem. So we're gonna like ask for specific topics, and we are asking the poets to stay within the topics and the context of their topic. And also in this segment, in one of the months, we'll do like a discussion on poetry, talking about the different styles, talking about, critiquing each other's work, in enabling some kind of improvement, for everyone. So that's basically what we're having on the Poetry Corner.
Well, one shot poetry, running poetry, is our attempt to expose as many poets as possible, and also to hear as much of their work as we can, do. So, and so far people have liked it. You fans, spectators, our listeners and viewers have, reported to us that you in feedback that you like that format. So we definitely will be keeping that format and see how many poets And we have new poets all the time coming up, you know, and also even the existing poets that have been on many times, they have new work as the time goes on, they write new stuff. So you get to hear it, and you probably get to hear it on the Real Stuff podcast first. You know, and that is very important. We are trying to build poetry or do our little part, because poetry has been around forever, and poetry is huge. It's a huge medium of expression and commentary. And, you know, poetry deals with a lot of things, you know, this the whole social, you know, and history and everything you can think of. Poetry covers it. And it's very, very nice to listen, you know, and to think that so many people in the world still write poetry on a serious note, you know. And the Real Stuff podcast, we have been very lucky to be having poets from far and wide. You know, we are covering the Caribbean and Africa. And of course, you have the Caribbean people in the diaspora, and the African people in the diaspora. So we are getting a lot of poets out there, and we intend to unearth more talent, especially new talent, young poets, old poets that we have never heard, everybody. And one of the ways we do that is to speak to the poets that we are engaged with and ask them to recommend other poets. And that's been also working well. So help us build, you know, come into our chat room and give a comment, give us feedback as to what you think and what you think that we should do. Not only the Poetry Corner, but the complete show. Complete show. So Courtney, over to you, Courtney.
Yeah, well, thanks, Flavius. That's what we are really working on in the Poetry Corner. And, you know, as Flavius just said, you know, whatever comments or recommendations you have, you know, we'd just like to hear it. We want some feedback. Because, you know, our duty right now is to serve you and serve the community on a, you know, at large. So please send in your comments and your recommendations, you know, for the improvement of this program.
Yes, we really appreciate that. And we will work, you know, we'll work towards your recommendations, you know. If there's if you have an idea of a new thing that we can do, let us know and let us look at it and see what, you know, if we can do it. Last time we spoke, I said that we were also expanding our Real Sports, putting in some new features within that. So we are working to get that going. And starting March, we will definitely be having those new programs. And I must also mention one of our listeners' favorite over the years will be coming back, starting in March also. Yes, you guessed it. Did you know? Did you know we'll be back? So we'll be having a short Did You Know each day, and then we'll point you to our website where we'll have a full-blown thing on the Did You Know for that day, whether it be videos or article or whatever. So we will flesh it out on the website, but we will have it on the program, live on the program every morning, starting in March. Because the feedback that we got is that people really, really like the Did You Know? And a lot of the things that we have covered in the Did You Know are things that most people didn't know. So it's good that, you know, that we have done that to that extent where people really, really liked it. If we look at next week it will be a very powerful week. Next week on Tuesday, we'll be having Chief of the Tainos in Jamaica, Chief Allan Piermon. And it's a very topical subject now, the whole thing of indigenous. Who is indigenous? And are certain people indigenous, why they are indigenous, and what indigenous actually mean? Well, Tainos are first people of Jamaica. Without a doubt, nobody can dispute that. So no better person to speak to us about indigenous and all that is happening now than the chief of the Taino nation, who were first people of Jamaica. And on Wednesday, we'll be having Dr. Dion Curling. And she has a very, 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 very powerful topic. She's going to be speaking about mental health in Black women. And we all know, we all grew up, we all know that Black women have been a strength of, let's say, Caribbean people, since that's where we are, and that's our experience. That's my experience. And the women, 1 minute. Can you continue from recording for a minute?
Okay. All right. So we'll be having Dr. Dion Curling, and she specializes in mental health in Black women, as you previously hear from Flavius, and she will, go into, the different problems and situations that that face our people mentally, especially our women. We also have on Thursday our cook and curry. So that's next week we're talking about, and next Friday in the Poetry Corner we'll have a Barbadian poet who lives in the United States, goes by the name of Empress Poetry. So that's the lineup that we have for next week. And hopefully, just to let you know too, that we'll be, monthly, we'll be doing a series of mental health programs. So every month we'll have a mental health specialist on the program speaking about mental health. So that's it from the Real Stuff podcast today. And, thanks for being a part of our listenership and viewership of this program. We'd like you to encourage your friends and family to like, share, and subscribe to this program. So that's back to you, Flavors.
Yeah, just to continue. your call for support. We are working with YouTube, which is a part of the Google family, and they have different ways of doing their thing that we have to work with. And one of these things is that they promote support for their videos. And it is very important for a show like this, a podcast like this, to get support. And when Google realizes that this thing is being supported, they'll give us more opportunities to do more things. So we are asking you to support us. If you like the program and you like what we are doing, you give us a thumbs up and you subscribe and hit the notification bell. What the bell does, every time we post a video, and like we are live 5 days a week, you'll be notified in your inbox, and you can click on that and go straight to the live stream that we are doing. So it's a matter of convenience, but it's also important to us at the Restore Podcast for us to grow. I mean, we're not doing too badly, but we need to do a lot better. And we need to, so we can promote more of what we are doing. And you know that we are promoting the Caribbean 100% or 150%. We are the Caribbean podcast, and Caribbean is our home. And we want to put everything, especially everything positive out there for where we are, where we live. So we need your help. We need your help in that regard. So if you give us a thumbs up, if you like what we are doing, and you subscribe, then we'll be very, very happy and thankful for you if you do that for us, please. Yeah, so Courtney, so tomorrow we have Queen Angela. So
yes.
Until then, we see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye for now.
Yes, bye.